Hello, everybody. Dorothy here. Thank you for joining me. We're going to talk about the astrology for the weekend. So, of course, that is what? July 17th. Whoops, July 16th and 17th. So, Saturday and Sunday. So, we're going to do that for you right now. So, let me share my screen with you and we will get right to it. So, we have some good stuff and we have some things that could create a few snags here in the chart for the weekend. The whole weekend, we do have the moon in the sign of Pisces. So that is easygoing and flowing, and it's creative. It's being around water, and people can feel when the moon is moving through a water sign, which Pisces is, that's this right here. We can feel more sensitive than usual, but I like to use it, which is great. I mean, that's good. So trust your intuition, trust your instincts. And then some of the mundane ways that we can use these things is to get near water, be around water, or if that's not possible, music, things that help you just to be in the moment and to flow. So throughout the weekend, as the moon is moving through that zodiac sign, it moves into the sign of Pisces at 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the 16th. So it's going to stay in that sign the whole weekend, all the way into Monday. And early Monday morning, it enters Aries, which would be great for the beginning of the week. But we'll talk about that in the next broadcast. So that's what we have going on with the moon. All right. And the moon will make its exact conjunction to Neptune. When does it connect with Neptune? Not until late Sunday night. So all weekend, lots of watery, emotional things. However, I'm looking at my ephemeris and I have notes, all of this. I do this full month ahead. It's over on Patreon. It's one of the tiers on Patreon. I don't miss it here on YouTube. I got to earn a living, right? So you're welcome to come and join me over there if you feel like it. If not, just stay here and this is all good too. All right. What else do we have going on here? Here is when the sun and Mercury are just about conjunct. That conjunction happens at 3:38 p.m. on Saturday. This is something that happens pretty regular. So it's just, these two are working together, the sun, the moon, the sun and Mercury in Cancer, just a lot of communication happening. However, they are quincunx Saturn, and that means this can create some frustration and just frustration if we're not flexible enough. So that's why I started off with the Pisces moon. Go with your intuition and flow. And if you run up against some sort of, snag or an issue because of the quincunx, that we will be feeling them all weekend. You can see Venus is also making that same aspect to Pluto, while the sun and Mercury are making that aspect to Saturn. This is engaging all weekend long. So that can create some frustrations between what I love, what I value, what's important to me, power struggles in families. Not everybody, of course. So if you find yourself butting up against that, you've got a heads up. And that heads up means you have an opportunity to just engage if you want and create more frustration and stress, or you're able to make some adjustment and continue and move on with your day. Now, that's one way to use it. Other ways, it could be that something finally does come to a head that you need to address. So if you want to address it, you can do that too. We all have our choices. Always, always, always have choices. All right, next aspect will be when, what do I want to talk about? Mercury trines Neptune. There it is. This is early in the morning on Sunday the 17th. So again, we're going to be feeling this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And this is when Mercury is making a trine aspect to Neptune. So we're going to go back to that first chart. See, Mercury and the sun, quincunx Saturn. However, Mercury and the sun are also making the trine aspect to Neptune throughout the whole weekend. So that's wonderful, because that, while we're having some stresses and some tension in some areas, that moon in Pisces is allowing us to flow. And this connection, just look at my notes, this connection between Mercury and Neptune and the sun and Neptune allows us as well to flow, to daydream, to figure out how can I bring something that I've had on the back burner or I've been dreaming about? Is there a next step? Is there a next step? Am I able to step into something next that I really want to do? Okay. So we do have that. So I would allow these things to flow. And then the other big news over the weekend will be that here we are, Venus makes her ingress into the sign of Cancer. Gotta get my Astro Dice, I didn't have them out yet, into the sign of Cancer. And she's going to be in there for just about 3 weeks. Grab my Astro Dice while I'm talking, just about 3 weeks. And so while she's in there, again, like I've talked about in many of the videos prior to this one, when a planet is in the sign that the moon rules, which is Cancer, we are engaged with whatever is going on with the moon at that time too. So you just make sure you come back and listen to the videos as I create them. So we're valuing Venus, value home, Cancer. We're valuing how we feel. We're valuing our family, our roots, and we're really we're connecting on another level. This happens once a year, but we're connecting on another whole level. So keep an eye on that too. I'm going to go on, get a new thing. Then they actually have the zodiac sign in the correct way, which is really amazing because most people who just create zodiac stuff for fun always do it to the, in the order of a clock, and it's backwards from a clock. I was thrilled. $16. I couldn't resist. I'm not a big shopper, but it was fun to find that. And I had to have it. My Venus and Taurus, I don't have Venus and Taurus. My Taurus rising kicked in. It's like, oh, I need that thing. I rolled the Astro Dice. If you're not familiar with the Astro Dice, then you've just arrived here because I've been doing them every day, almost every day since January. And if you are new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button, please. Thumbs up. Make comments below. This it's just a little tin that these came in. They don't all come in that way now. Oopsies. They're little dice. And what I rolled was the moon in Gemini in the 11th house is what I rolled. And so what we do with that is we just like, what's an additional message, say from spirit, if you will, or if you have a question, this can maybe help give you some insight there too. So the moon in Gemini in the 11th house represents, again, not in the sky, a roll of the dice, a random thing like pulling a tarot card. All right. It's communicating well. In the 11th house is friends and groups and associations. So it's about communicating emotionally. So the emotions, moon, communicating, Gemini, 11th house with groups of people. So today, I'm recording this on Friday. Today, one of my sisters that I haven't seen in a couple of years is here for a visit. So I'm going to go get her, my other sister. I have one more. She's not here. So I have 3 of us and our mother. We're all going to go do stuff. So if you need me this weekend, I'm probably not available. I will read I always read comments and reply because my phone is never far away. One of these days I'll learn how to unplug. Last thing. Astro Dice Sweat Lodge. Interesting. We've not picked that in a while. Where is the book? I have to remember. I haven't done this one in ages. So I want to know what Denise Lynn, this is Native Spirit, what Denise Lynn thinks of this. Okay, of course. I just had to get a little clue. It's about somebody here, some of us or all of us. We need to make sure that we occasionally spend some time in our own purification and clearing and cleansing the body as well as the mind. All right. So if you can't do that this weekend, of course, that's fine. But it's a reminder to do that, to clear clutter, clear negative relationships, clear whatever you want I love to use sound for clearing because I love sage, but the smoke detectors are just too sensitive for sage these days. So I love to use sound. I'll just turn on some solfeggio tones and just clear my house that way. It's really wonderful and beautiful, right? I think that's the way I cleared the last, never mind, I won't say it out loud. So It wants us to do some detox, find some private time, some quiet time, because some of us might need that. Even though I said all those things I just said, this is most likely a really important message for somebody. Maybe somebody is going to do a sweat lodge and cleanse and clear the body, mind, and soul. Thank you, everybody. Please make some comments below. That always helps the YouTube algorithms. And I will see you next time. Namaste. Have a great weekend.